What up, guys? This is Versus Z with another review of comic series Iron Man from the Iron Man 2 movie figure series. Alright, so this figure is probably, some of you are wondering, if you have the Marvel Universe figures, or maybe you don't, I don't know, but if you've seen the Marvel Universe figures, you know that there's already an original Iron Man figure, and the problem with that one is it's really skinny compared to this guy. And maybe some of you might turn to this guy instead because of the fact that it looks a lot more in proportion to what he should be as compared to the original Marvel Universe release. And I gotta say, I recommend you pick this one up if you're debating on whether to get the comic series one or this one. The other thing about this one as opposed to the Marvel Universe one, the Marvel Universe figure looks more, it's got this more cartoonish paint finish to it, so it's more flat. If you want more of a realer, more metallic look, this again is definitely the way that would go. The thing about this design I really like for the figure is just the metallic finish. You got this nice red, which kind of looks like it's, I don't know how they do it, but it's like kind of a, if they had a yellow base and then kind of went with a clear red or something and gave, or this gold base and gave it a clear red. That's what I see here, and that's kind of something I'd want to do in the future with any other model kits. Just get this mighty brilliant red, and I really like it here. And then the gold really complements and goes together. The paint job on the arc reactor, of course, small details in his palms, his face, the muscles, the molded muscles and everything. So this figure's pretty good in design. Okay, so his articulation is somewhat better than the original silver suit Iron Man in just one way. But anyway, his head will rotate. He's got a ball swivel, arms, whatever. They can go out really far. Bend at the elbow. Bend at the elbow. They actually, yeah, there's, it's kind of a double jointed elbow. So bend at the elbow, rotate at the elbow, also rotate at the forearm, but no wrist rotation. I prefer wrist rotation, but yeah, I don't know, what can you do? Now the one thing that this figure has that of course the original Iron Man suit didn't have is the full body rotation, which I really don't have to complain about now, thinking about just the overall design of the suit. So I guess that's something I should go back to and say that's not really something anyone should complain about because it makes sense physically. With this suit though, it should make sense that you're able to rotate it. So if this didn't have it, I would have been complaining. What was it called? What did we call it? Ball swivel? Yeah, ball swivel at the this area, but it's a lot harder to pose, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. Thighs are fine. Double jointed bend at the knee, which is really nice, and then it rotates here at the foot and down but up slightly. So yeah, in a way it's better than the original Iron Man suit, but you know, you kind of gotta give it credit. But the articulation for this figure by itself is pretty good. Accessories: stand, 3 armor cards, repulsor blast effect part, but this one is red compared to the orange one that the original Iron Man suit had. And I think it can only go into a palm kind of hand because of the way it's molded in there. You can kind of see it's arced. I don't know if you can make it out, but it's arced, so that way it only goes in with an open palm instead of a fist. I actually haven't tried a fist yet, but it just seems to me it looks like it's only going to fit a palm. So that's good. I mean, that's okay. Now, the one thing I like about this effect part is the fact that you can actually give it to, or for me, I actually gave it to my Iron Man Mark 6. And yeah, it took a little bit of tinkering here and there to get it in the right position, but eventually I got the right look, and this does fit in, I guess, any other Iron Man suit that has an open palm, just as long as you can fit it in there. So that's one good thing about these accessories. Now, for the figure itself, simple, doesn't come with anything too much, so I'm very content with it. Alright, so before I go on about how much I love this figure, I love it, I absolutely do, not as much as some of the other figures I have. Some of the problems you might go through when you have this figure is stance. Sometimes he has a problem standing on his own. Probably no matter how many times you try to position his legs, for some odd reason they just don't stand straight. Maybe it could just be mine. Also, if you want to pose him with the repulsor blast effect part, he does get heavy whatever place you point the effect part at. So having him on the stand would be a good idea. If you can figure out a way to get him to stand straight, like I did, I took a lot of time to do it though, then great. Aside from that, the paint job is nice. I really like the brilliant red and the gold and everything. His articulation is pretty good. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing much to complain about the figure. So I can recommend him to a lot of the comic fans, a lot of comic series fans. Not so much for those who, like me, like more of the newer designs, but he's still nice to have, still nice to look at. So, with that said, I can recommend him. But Iron Man can't do this alone. I think he's getting tired of it, so I think it's time we bring in his partner in crime. Catch you guys later.